tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads from over 200 countries and your #1 source in after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
America's Next Top Model. Chantelle, are you on the line?
I'm here.
I'm so excited to talk to you. I'm sure everyone listening and watching wants to know, do you feel that that was the right thing for them to do last night? I don't think so. I think it was the wrong thing. I don't think that your picture was the worst picture at all. How did you feel?
I mean, at the time, I felt really disappointed that I was the one going home. I definitely don't think that that was my best photo, but that photo was not a good picture. So if I'm going home off of that picture, I'm fine with it, but I don't think that was my best photo of the shoot. So I don't know if I should have gone home or what, but yeah, I mean, I did, so whatever.
I also feel like when they did that photo shoot, they had optical illusions, and I felt like they gave some models more of an advantage with their props. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a show at the end of the day, and regardless of it being like, you know, a model show or a reality show, it's a TV show at the end of the day. So, you know, they kind of, in my opinion, I feel like they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? With who is going to be the winner and who is going to be eliminated each week and what they want from each person and how long you're going to be staying on the show based off of what they want from you. You know what I mean? So
yes.
I feel like my point is kind of, it has gotten across very strongly, and some of the points of other people, like, for example, they show a lot of me talking about my skin for the first 2 episodes. So I feel like my story is kind of out there. You know what I mean? I've gotten a lot of time talking about and expressing my feelings based off of, you know, my experiences. Whereas someone like Will hasn't said a lot about his challenges being a, you know, a 6'5", I guess, blonde hair, blue eye, Texas gay boy. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's a lot of stories and a lot of personalities on the show that you're going to get to focus on a lot more as certain people get eliminated.
Well, I'm really excited that a show like America's Next Top Model is the kind of platform that can, you know, give a voice to someone that has this beautiful skin as you have. And
thank you.
yes, and I'm happy that you were there, and I feel like it's a win for you anyway, just to even be part of the show at all and be there and take incredible photos and show
I mean,
that
regardless of when you're eliminated, literally, I feel like the person who was eliminated first could be a greater winner than the person who wins in the very end. You know what I mean? It's not that, like, winning the entire competition is not as important as what you do with your experience after the entire show.
I agree.
Like, after it's been filmed, after it's been edited, and after it's been aired, what you do with your platform is what's most important. So I keep telling my fans, like, don't cry for me because I got eliminated this week. First of all, I have, and so does everybody else, the chance to get back on the show. So, like, don't cry for, you know, your fan favorite just because they've been eliminated. We all have a chance to get back in.
And Chantelle,
second, I mean,
oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I think it would be the best comeback story of all the seasons ever if you got to come back and be the one who is the challenge winner to come back into the competition towards the end. So I'm looking forward to that because I think you can do it.
Well, I hope I can. I mean, I know what has happened already, but, keep crossing your fingers for whoever is
crossing
your
my
fan
fingers
favorite.
and my legs and my toes. And also, I wanted to add, it is true. It's more about your whole entire career as a model, not just your experience on the show. I mean, it's a good platform for any person that wants to be on television or work as a model. But I think, it is, what do you want to do afterwards, like you said, and I think you would be the perfect spokesmodel for a cosmetics brand. Have you thought about any of that?
Right now, I'm just focusing on any opportunity that comes towards me. So, if a brand wants to work with me, it's something that I have to put in perspective as how it's going to grow me in my my life as well as my career. Mm-hmm. So I'm not looking at any brand in particular, but for example, when Desigual came to me, I thought that was like amazing because, they stand for being unique and atypical, and, Desigual means atypical. So
can you say again,
I feel like that's
which company came to you? Desigual?
Desigual. Desigual.
Oh, Desigual. Desigual.
Yes.
They came to you?
Yeah.
Wow. And what happened with them?
I have a campaign right now, a national campaign that's going around.
You have a campaign for Desigual? Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I have to check it out. Okay, I'm going to be tweeting it out today. I'll look it up online.
It's in Times Square right now. It's in New York Times Square right now. It's all over malls throughout the state.
I am so excited, Chantelle. I mean, talk about Talk about a winning model right there. That's already a huge win for you.
I'm so grateful for that opportunity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I could also see a company like a skincare company or like Dove Beauty, like Real Beauty and Natural, and just I could see that you doing that too. I think you have a very great range. I think you can do a lot in your career. I wanted to ask you too, where did you grow up? I didn't ever get to hear. I think you mentioned it on the show, but I'm not sure.
I'm from Toronto, so, the GTA, Greater Toronto Area, from pretty much all over. Like, when you're from the GTA, you're really from the GTA. Like, you're kind of raised throughout, Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton, North York, all those areas you pretty much reach when you're from the GTA.
Wow, okay. I didn't even know it was called the GTA, the Toronto area.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Are you back in Toronto right now?
Yeah, I'm actually up north, so I'm not exactly in Toronto, but that's exactly what I mean, Like, when you're from Toronto, you kind of reach all over. Right now, I'm up north, kind of enjoying the weather before the summer is done.
That's beautiful. So Toronto is also a great place for a lot of agencies. I think a lot of girls start their career there and then move on to New York and LA and Europe and everything like that. What are your plans for traveling and looking into agencies?
At the moment, because, we are all on hold, everyone who's on the show, we're all on hold for, signing to any agency, of course, because that would give away who the winner is and who the winner is not. So, first of all, regardless of who wins, Next Models has dibs on all of us. So whoever they want to sign will, have the opportunity to, be signed by them first and foremost. And then after that, I'm pretty sure, based off of the talent that I've seen, living with these people, I'm pretty sure, everyone's going to be signed by at least some agency, regardless of who the agency is. But whatever the fit is, I hope that each person, this is my hope for everyone who is on the show, that each person gets signed by their perfect match. Because, not every agency is going to be the perfect match for each person. Everyone's, so unique and so different. But that's my hope for everyone on this season.
That is such a kind sentiment to give to all the other models. I mean, what a generous thing to say. That's great. I agree with you. I think all the models can work. I think it just depends on the market, the city that they're in.
Exactly.
The some models may be better suited for swimsuit modeling. Some models may be better suited for high fashion in Europe. Some people might work really well as lingerie girls. And
There you go.
I thought it was rather interesting what Tyra chose to say, that she thought that picture looked very catalog. And I wanted to say, you mean like the Victoria's Secret catalog that you did for 10 years? I mean,
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Catalogs are
say all those things
amazing.
for me. Say them all, because I definitely wasn't trying to get on anyone's bad side on the show.
No, I think,
so,
yeah.
I probably thought about saying that when I was standing in front of her too, but I was like, let me keep my mouth shut.
Right.
So,
You want to be respectful.
Say all those things for me.
I don't like how people use catalog as a negative word. I think doing catalogs is how models make their money, and doing the editorials is how you build your book. Because I don't know if a lot of people out there know, a lot of the time the editorials that you see in the magazines don't pay a lot of money. They are there for...
It depends.
Well, it depends on the magazine, and it depends on the what it's for. But a lot of the time... A lot of the time, it's more about the art and showing the clothes and just,
And just like this experience, exposure.
Yes, exposure.
I definitely wasn't being paid like large lump sums for being on Top Model, but the payout is, having, my face on TV right now, where so many people can hear my story and see who I am and get to know, a drop of me. And if they want to know the rest, they can. Especially with the world that we're in right now, we have social media where you can get to know someone so much more than you could way years back when it was you had to get someone's phone number in order to know anything about them.
Yeah, I'm really happy that you're able to share your story continuously with your fans and people that are just interested in. Now, can you tell everyone again the name of your skin beauty? I don't even want to say condition because I think it's so cool. It starts with a V, and now the name is escaping. Is it Valiando? Vitiligo. Okay. And how have people come to you on Twitter and Instagram and asked you questions about that? A lot of people must have that out there. It must be more common than you think.
I think, I don't know the science of, how many people throughout the world exactly have my skin condition. I do know that it's more rare to have my skin condition as symmetrical as I do. There aren't many people that I see have it like me, although I have seen a few people who have it symmetrically, but that's more so because I actually look into it because, of course, I have this skin condition. So, I will, for example, go on Instagram and look through the hashtags of just vitiligo by itself, just because I know that I've inspired so many people. Like me looking through the hashtags of people who had vitiligo even 2 years ago, it's way different than when I go through the tags now. First of all, I see a lot of pictures of me. Like a lot of people put pictures of me as their Women Crush Wednesday or something like that. But there's so much more confidence in people I even see now when I look through that hashtag. I made a post the other day of a collage of a bunch of just random people who had vitiligo, and in different ways. Some people had it on their hair, some people had it in their eyelash, some people had it symmetrically, some people had it on just half their face. It was really interesting to see, and I felt like there's so much beauty in every different type. It's not just mine that's beautiful. There were so many people saying, oh, well, it's not fair you have it so symmetrical and you have it so beautifully, and it's not that I have it beautifully, I just carry it beautifully. When I was growing up, I didn't like it, so I didn't think I looked beautiful, and a lot of people didn't think I looked beautiful. A lot of people called me ugly, a lot of people called me cow, but that's just because of how I carried it myself. But when I go and I look on, social media sites, and I see all these people posing so gorgeously, you'll see the picture if you go a few weeks down on my Instagram. There's a little collage that I made. Each person in that picture looks stunning. They're gorgeous, and it's because of the confidence that they're, emulating through that picture.
I think it's beautiful, and I love that you're the inspiration for a lot of people to step out and really feel confident in their own skin, literally. And the first time I saw you on the show, the first glimpse of you I saw, I thought you had just been in the makeup chair and you were mid getting ready. and it looked beautiful.
Right.
And it was like perfectly symmetrical. So I thought they had just been starting to apply makeup, and I was like, oh, okay, she's in the middle of getting ready. And I thought you looked great. And there wasn't anything about it that I thought was like strange or anything like that. I was like, oh, she's really pretty. And I don't know. Oh, this is what I want to know. Did you keep the weave?
I kept it in for like a while after I got back, but I mean, like with anything, you can't keep a weave in for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Take it out essentially. But I did keep it. I would say I did keep it because I mean it was such a simple makeover that like it was something that I could live with. And I actually did my Desigual campaign with that makeover, and I also did my Nick Knight shoot with that makeover. Although they curled my hair and did other things with it, they didn't just keep it straight. I did keep the ombre. So I worked with that ombre after the show. But right now, like I have a curly style in. I've gone back to my braids like 3 times since the show, and I've been back since April. So I've had my braids like 3 times since April. I change my hair a lot, you know. It's not like I'm always going to keep the ombre, but I definitely think like right now I have curly hair and I'm thinking about dyeing the end blonde just because, you know, I like the ombre so much.
I think it's a beautiful look for you. And I wanted to ask one last thing. When you were growing up in Toronto and the GTA, what were your influences? When did you know that, hey, I think I could be a model?
It was this one photographer named Shannon Budram who did my first photo shoot when I was 16. And she found me on Facebook and had kind of the same reaction that anybody would, you know. She was like, oh, it's probably makeup or paint on her skin. But when she went through my pictures, she's like, oh, my God, that's how that girl is. Like, that's her skin. I need her to do a photo shoot. And she contacted me and she's like, hey, I have a YouTube channel called Those Girls Are Wild. I want to do an interview with you. I want you to model this t-shirt that we have. And like, I just think you're so gorgeous. I want to do a photo shoot. And I was like, all right, if you say so, whatever. And she came to my town, my small town, and we did a photo shoot, and it got tons of views, that interview and photo shoot that she did with me. It's still on YouTube to this day, so if you go look it up, you know, vitiligo Chantelle Winnie, or, you know, whatever, if you even type in vitiligo, I'm sure will come up in YouTube. But yeah, that was my first photo shoot. She told me to keep up with it, and I did, and here I am today.
Well, I think I wish I could hear more from you today. I'm going to be following along, as I'm sure all your fans are. I can't wait to see what happens on the show. I'm hoping that you come back. I have a special place in my heart for you, Chantelle. I think you're incredibly talented, and I can tell from talking to you this short little amount of time that you have a good heart. So and a good head on your shoulders. So I think you're going to go very far, not only in this industry but just in general with helping people. Where can people find you online on Twitter and Instagram?
Social media, you can find me at Winnie Harlow, WINNIEHARLOW. My website is about to launch, ChantelleWinnie.com. That's CHANTELLEWINNIE.com. And other than that, I mean, you can look me up, look up my stories, look up my my interviews, all over the internet, and just, you know, read up. And also, of course, like every Monday, you can see me on TV on America's Next Top Model, of course.
Yes, and I am definitely going to be following along, and I can't wait to see your website. And I know that everybody out there listening is inspired by you, Chantelle, and I just look forward to everything that you do. Thank you so much for calling in and talking to me today, and I'm looking forward to seeing everything that comes your way.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, you guys out there, you can find me, Amanda Fields, on Twitter and Instagram at The Runway Queen. And we'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.